Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. I am joined here by our main hosts, Matt, Jeff, and Ken. How's it going, guys?
Hiya.
What up?
Pretty well.
Today's not the game, though, right?
Today is not a game. Today is very serious.
Yes. You're standing at the lectern, ready to address our adoring masses.
The nation.
The nation. Half of the audience will stand up and clap. The other half will boo. As long as I say the right things.
Just like John Cena.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah. But no, today's a special episode. We haven't had a chance to do this because we haven't been around long enough. So we decided to do a Triviality State of the Union. As everyone knows, State of the Union, we're just going to give a little update on where we were at, where we're at now, and where we would like to be, and some goals. And we're going to kind of pass it around the table here and talk a little bit. But first, before we do any of that, we just wanted to thank every single person who downloaded this, is streaming it, listening to it, checking in later, re-listening to it for our voices. We really appreciate your support, and you're the reason that we're still doing this. Almost 100 episodes at the time of recording this, and many, many more as we hope. So thank you very much for being a part of our lives and allowing us to create content that our sole purpose is to make sure that you enjoy.
And for all intents and purposes, union in this case means the four hosts, the union of the four hosts.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because State of the Union is not just an arbitrary thing to update people.
The State of the Union, the strength of the union.
Yeah, it's good, right?
It's holding together okay.
yeah.
And you can't put me on notice like that. I need the teleprompter, Neal. You can't just throw it to me like that.
Really, this should be called State of the Podcast, but as the Google Doc was labeled State of the Union, I just read what was on the teleprompter like Ron Burgundy.
Yes, that'll be my fault.
Before we get started, I guess we should just talk about why we're still doing this, Jeff.
Well, this episode or the show specifically?
The show specifically. I feel like we've been just super grateful for all the listeners that we have and the groups and all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll kind of get into some specifics in a moment. Talk about our growth and talk about some of the new and exciting things we have upcoming. But we wouldn't do the show if nobody listened to it. We really wouldn't.
At first we did.
Yeah,
but now we would.
Now we wouldn't. It is a lot of work. It's something that we really do put our heart and souls into, and we love it a lot. But we have other things that we want to accomplish with our lives, and it's just so rewarding to have people who listen to the show, who engage with us, and that's what really gets us through. Obviously, we do have quite a lot of supporters on Patreon who contribute directly to the viability of this show as an endeavor for us, but it all stems from listeners and getting people involved, and we're all very grateful for that. And I don't know, I'm always at a loss for words.
You were not at a loss for words there. There was a lot of words.
I'm always
did just fine there, Jeff.
consistently impressed.
Yeah, I mean, 2018. One of the great things about it was we got to a point where we weren't struggling to get any guests on the show. We have people who want to be on the show, and that was
I sort of forgot that was the thing.
It was really exciting. You know, early on we had one-on-one pretty much every episode because nobody knew who we were and no one wanted to be on the show, and it's just awesome to see like the outpouring of people who filled out contestant forms and just trying to be on the show. So thanks to everybody who's been on the show, everyone who wants to be on the show, and anyone who will be on the show in 2019.
And the people we met at Geek Bowl of 2018 in person, our new friends there, and all the crossover episodes of new shows that we've collaborated with or met. So and kind of has a smile on his face, and that's the least we could ask for. So
that's rare.
It is rare.
First smile of 2019.
Well, let's throw it to Matt, because speaking of listeners, it's pretty astonishing. Like we didn't actually look at any of the numbers until just recently, and we kind of expected a decent growth. But Matt, why don't you tell us what happened?
Over 2018, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, listenership up over 500%.
Woo woo!
Wow,
that's a pretty large number. You don't really need to be a major in math to know that. We launched on Spotify this year, accounting for about 40,000 downloads. So people are listening to us on Spotify, which is awesome. We've been in the top 100 charts in Spotify, and in our category in different countries, including Qatar, Croatia, the UK. We have a pretty sizable listenership in Australia, so
It's all that magpie talk.
yeah, so shout out to those guys down there.
Given no Carlton love over there.
Yeah, we launched our YouTube page in 2018. I haven't really done that much with it, but up to 100 subscribers. So
Means we can get that that specific YouTube link now,
Yeah,
though,
so
with that
we're-
100 subscribers.
Are we on the YouTube paper play button yet?
I have no idea, but I'm hoping to get a golden YouTube award in the next 5 years. So that's what we're going for, and it's just been awesome to see us charting and different iTunes charts and stuff. So stuff that I'd never expected. So 2018 was a great year. In 2019, we're hoping to take that even higher.
Yeah, I think it's pretty remarkable with the new listeners being on Spotify. You can go from your calming playlist to your 1980s dance party right to Triviality in the click of a button. So,
And that's what you rave out to is the Triviality.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Actually, I want to see videos of that if people are raving out.
I have
to
been
it.
told we put some people to sleep.
Yes.
But
That's true.
maybe some people party to us too.
I'd hope so. Well, actually, speaking, Jeff, you talked about Patreon, our greatest, highway of support, I suppose.
It's our only source of income.
Our only source of income. So why don't you talk a little bit about Patreon?
That's not entirely true. We did do the T-shirts this year,
Oh,
which
yeah.
was very successful, and we're very happy about
Oh, that's
that.
right.
And you all look
Um,
so stylish in them, I will
we,
say.
Keep posting pictures, by the way.
We also secretly expanded that lineup quite a lot without telling anybody. It went from just T-shirts to V-necks, tank tops,
Hoodies.
sweatshirts. Yeah, so
We're
go
going
check
to
it out.
work on building some other things in there too.
yeah, so that went well. But yeah, other than that, Patreon is our sole source of revenue at this time. We have more than 100 patrons we gained this year alone, which is awesome.
Nice.
That's actually a 10 times growth, or 1,000% if you want to use
1,000%.
Matt numbers. So it's been phenomenal. Like I said, the support is wonderful. It helps us run the show effectively. We do hire an editor for some of the things that we do. It's allowing us the opportunity to cover some of our expenses, whether that's some of the tech that we need here, some of the things we need just to function, like backup systems for making sure that we have all of our files saved, because it's pretty important.
Yeah,
to us.
little-
File save often.
File save often. Little
It's-
insider note: if Neal was, I don't want to talk myself in the third person, but if I was mugged or my backpack fell on the ground, everything would be lost.
Yeah.
So now, not anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy how precariously this show ran for a while. So thank you for affording us the opportunity to move beyond that a little bit. We're going to be doing a lot in 2019 to update some of the Patreon stuff. We feel like that's been a good opportunity for us to give back a little bit, if we can, to those who support us, and we'd like to do that even more so going forward. So I'm going to kind of just run down some of the new things that we're going to be doing, and if you're already a patron at that level, you're going to be getting that additional thing. So if you support us, and we've added something to your perk level, that's coming your way. So something to look forward to. I don't think we're going to be rolling that out for a little bit, probably sometime in April.
Yeah,
as we've
still got to
gotten-
get organized a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at this time we're also finaling up some of our Geek Bowl plans and things like that. So it is a priority for us, but we knew that we couldn't reasonably accomplish it first quarter. So
Yep. No April Fool. So if you hear it, it's not an April Fool's joke.
that's why we're going to say April 2nd.
I
is what
am
we're aiming
really
for.
looking forward to the stretch goal of the golden bathtub that we all four can fit in at once.
As long as there's jets on the ground floor, that's all I need.
Yes, absolutely. Jets everywhere.
Jets every. Yeah, just jets. Yeah.
For our $1 patrons who are already getting access to our feed and the name on our website, we're doing a Facebook welcome and shout out, which isn't something that we've pushed, but it is something that we're doing for everybody. All patrons get priority booking on our shows. We kind of figure it's the least we can do. We can't guarantee any certain number of appearances in any certain order, but we try and get everybody on as quickly as possible as at least a small thank you.
I do my best. So we have forms that you can fill out. I had to stop it just for a little moment because we had so many, which is awesome. So yeah, what we're going to do for this year is open it back up and get you on the show as fast as we can and in a timely manner as we can. And we're doing our best with that, just with the amount of time we actually record.
You just got to fill out the proper paperwork and mark your number of dependents on the side,
Yeah.
Blood sample.
and we'll get you on.
Yeah.
The other thing that we do for the $1 patrons is you're going to get automatic entry into any of our special events recordings. So we're going to be bringing Bloodsport back probably at least once this year. So far that we know of, we're kind of in development for that. And we want to use that as a nice way to highlight those people who support us. So if you do so for just as little as $1 a month, you would be automatically entered. that might be one of several things that we're teeing up for this year, but those haven't kind of come to fruition yet. So
golf reference.
look out. Yeah, golf reference. There's a lot of sports references in business.
There is. You're right. It's all about confidence.
It's pretty par for the course to have sports
There
references.
we go.
Yeah, so hole in one there. Ken.
For $3 patrons, you're going to be expanding a little bit. You're going to get what we're calling voting access. Basically, it's kind of being like a little producer or consultant for new ideas on our show. We're going to be doing occasional surveys, getting group feedback, teasers for episodes that we have already, maybe a couple of the Lay It On Me's, because we tend to be a little bit ahead in the production cycle. Maybe a couple Lay It On Me's we'll have in the bag. We'll let you pick from there and kind of direct how we
See
publish
what comes out
episodes.
first.
Yeah.
So, just kind of a nice little thing we think we can do for everybody at the $3 level and higher. Our $5 patrons, in addition already to the letter, sticker, bonus episodes, which the bonus episodes are great. They're us at our weirdest and
little editing, little to no editing.
our least filtered. There's one that we just did the other day at this point with Neal, and
I'm a little nervous about it.
it's great.
I'm a little nervous about it as well.
So if you're interested in hearing a little bit more of us, and definitely in kind of a different, we're very
Different
much
mood.
different,
Different mood, yeah.
on those episodes. So if you like us and think we don't go far enough, check out our bonus episodes as a $5 patron. We're also going to be doing something a little bit new this year. We're going to be doing team name submissions. So we're going to be shouting out people on the shows.
Sometimes we come up with some silly names on the fly,
Yeah.
but this way we can come up with a silly name that's precognated.
Yeah, so you'll provide us a silly name, and we'll give you a little shout out because you're awesome and you earned it. So
Yeah, like Lollipop Mustang.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
that's a pretty decent team
See,
name.
this is why we need you to come up with the names because
Yeah.
we're not good at it.
I thought you were going to say Lollipop Mustache.
That would have been better. That would
Yeah.
have been better.
That is weirder.
Isn't that a Beck song?
It might as well be.
Devil's Haircut and Lollipop Mustache.
The other thing that we're doing, which we're working on now, is we're doing desktop and phone wallpapers of all of our logos and designs, many of which have never been actually published.
Oh.
Yes.
So
So you can share with people at the pub and they're like, "What's that desktop wallpaper?" And you're like, "Well, you got to subscribe and you'll find out."
and they're not all just Triviality logos. Some of them are kind of weird. Some of them are sort of abstract. So
All that for $5?
I know.
I
And
can't
everything.
imagine what the $10 level is.
What a deal.
Why don't you tell us about it?
I would be happy to. So, again, this is something that $10 patrons are already getting, and that's discounts on merchandise. So if you do want in on any of those things that we had mentioned before, you can get a 25% discount on merchandise, which is pretty substantial, especially if you order a lot. Please buy in bulk. So in addition to that, we're adding in custom audio recordings this year. So if you want to shout out or have us do like a voicemail or something like that for you, we'd be happy to do that with our
Business message, stuff like that. Voicemail, like you said.
if you want Neal to say hi to somebody as Dutch Boy
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you'd want that, but we'll do it. $10.
Yeah,
I could do a dry, grumpy phone recording for voicemail.
Yeah.
Leave a message.
You want us to quit your job for you? Whatever. We're
hire
doing
us
it.
to break up with your dates on Tinder. I mean,
Ooh.
as Dutch boy. Whatever you want.
Somebody
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm
once,
sorry, I'm in love.
Somebody I know once walked into their job and told their manager that they only have one boss, and then played a Springsteen song on the way out. So
And his name was Jeff.
we could facilitate that for you. And then we're also doing posters this year. So we're going to autograph posters for $10 patrons. You'll have a couple designs you can pick from for those runs. And you can do a Cream of the Crop recording. So
Yeah.
do your best Macho Man impression, and we'll put it live on air.
Yeah, it could be a terrible Macho Man impression on
Actually,
purpose.
the worse, the better.
Yeah. We just want to hear your impressions.
We're a show all about the lack of seriousness. So
So you get all of that, right? So you get 10 and then everything before it if you're a $10 patron. But for a $20 patron, we have something brand new we're pretty excited about.
yeah, it's kind of a, what do we call this? Like a choose your host.
Choose your character box.
Choose
Yeah,
your character.
there you
Yeah,
go.
there we
We're
go.
bad at this.
We're not good at branding, but we're good at ideas. So hopefully you'll like these. What we're doing is kind of like a small individual style loot crate, and it's specific to which host you pick.
Right.
So it'll be kind of things in the trivia world that Neal likes, or maybe you're more of a Jeff and you like the science and
Oh.
dry things.
You're like
And,
Japan, so you get Ken, right?
It's not.
It'll
there's,
be just-
there's more to me.
It'll be origami.
Oh, there is
a tiny
Japanese
pagoda.
writing on my hat right now.
There is, you're right. And well, you have a nice gritty pin though too.
Yeah.
And if you're Matt, he'll just send you an inflated basketball.
That's it. Yeah.
It'll basically
It'll be a
basically
deflated
be
football.
so and so's favorite things.
Yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
There will be no new car,
Right.
and it won't be under your seat, but it'll be sent to you.
Yeah.
You will get it.
You will get it.
For those of you who don't already know, our $50 level,
Oof.
you get a Loot Crate
They
style
are,
box.
We got the boxes in. They
And
are beautiful,
They
ready
do
to be
look
shipped.
really cool.
They are custom made. So they've got our logo on there. They've got some other cool things on there. The boxes themselves are a prize. And, but the inside, you're going to find awesome, like a Triviality mug, a Chicago bag of coffee, hand selected
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah.
by maybe Neal.
There's
Yeah.
some Chicago-related items, some
Mhm.
trivia-related items,
Yeah.
some inside jokes from the show.
Yep. So maybe some blackmail secrets that you have to hold on to for us.
Secrets.
Exclusive.
It's going to be pretty cool, though. You guys are going to love the box. It's a big box. Once you get it in the mail, we'd love to see you guys take pictures with it. And
You're gonna love our box.
You're gonna love it. But we did come up with something that is pretty crazy. But we're gonna figure out the details of this. But Jeff, why don't you tell them our last Patreon level?
Yeah, if you really want to go for it,
Yeah.
we're for $500. We'll basically hang out with you all day.
all day.
Take you to dinner. Take you to trivia. Take you to see the sites and give our own personal tour of things we don't know anything about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know
Now-
anything about Chicago architecture, but I'll tell you I do.
Now we can't cover the travel.
We can't cover the travel,
and,
right?
and lodging expenses.
But the day of,
the day is on us.
the day is on us.
And we'll figure out something fun to do with some trivia. If
Yeah.
we can time it right, you can play with us at our normal trivia event, which is pretty
And
fun.
that's a one-shot.
A one-shot.
500, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
As Alexander Hamilton said, you get one shot.
Mm-hmm.
You better make the most of it. I think is what
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote.
Right. It happened in the.
We haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
You do know what happens between him and Burr, right? It's not a spoiler.
Well, yes, I do. I know.
Yeah.
I know what happens.
Everyone lives happily ever after.
If it's
So that
just-
was patron. That was great.
That was Patreon. We're gonna have some stretch goals we're gonna post, so keep a lookout for those. Just little stretch goals to keep the show moving. Things like paying
Onwards and upwards.
onwards and upwards. So
And
you'll
also
we'll see
little
those.
rebranding, right, guys?
little rebranding, little
So some of the titles.
You'll
and
notice I said the
designs.
dollar amounts and not anything specific because we're kind of working on that behind the
Yeah.
scenes.
A little
Yeah.
less registered trademarked material.
little image consulting.
Yeah, a little bit of a design change and naming change, but aside from that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
still
all
par for the course.
still par for the course, and make sure if you are at a certain level, like Jeff said, whatever level you're at, you're going to get those new things. And as it works with all Patreon, if you're at $10 level, you'll get everything from the 5, 3, and 1 level, and as you move up. So,
Yeah.
Ken, what are we looking forward to in 2019?
Yeah, so one of the things that we kind of stumbled upon is making wagers with one another on the show and then fulfilling those bets when we lose. And we want to bring that in a little bit heavier, right, Neal?
Yeah, we want to get some videos, some funny ones. We did one with Ken and Matt eating Vegemite. That was a fun little one. And these are bets that we
It's
can
not
do.
fun.
How did you enjoy that one?
Not like.
These are things we can do with each other. So when we play a game where it's 2-on-2 in-house here, we have some videos, I think, of like DDR and just some other fun bets. Nothing crazy, but these
Yeah.
are things that if you are on the patron level where you can vote for what the bet is.
Yeah, that's right. And then, of course, we want to keep the video content flowing on the crops, so you can look forward to a lot more of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Geek Bowl coming up, guys.
Yeah,
Come
super-
see us at Geek Bowl.
Super excited. We're planning some stuff for Geek Bowl, whether it's hanging shenanigans. We'll keep you updated. Just keep a lookout on the crop and patrons. You'll get a message privately, I'm sure. But we're excited. It's Vegas. Richard Cheese, right?
Yeah.
Then we're going to be starting planning for Bloodsport Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's been an outcry for Season 2, but we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it. We have a special plan for those that aren't picked
Yeah.
at random that we'll release at a later date,
Yeah.
but we're excited about that.
Try to do some new video stuff with it. We'll see what happens. It
Yeah.
should be fun.
We heard your outcry for some video trivia, so that way you have to watch the video.
We will make you look at us.
Exactly. That's the tagline.
2019, you will see us.
Last year was more of a proof of concept, which was great, and now we're going to try and up our game. So.
Yeah, now we take the steroids. We were a good
Yeah.
rookie. Now we got to take the steroids and hit the home runs. There's a
We
sports
do
reference.
not advocate. But anyways, as Matt said, we grew 5,000 times our size.
7 million times.
Sorry, how many did you say? 500.
500%.
500%. We wanted to keep that momentum going,
Yeah.
and so we instituted the Selfie Challenge.
Yes.
We are super grateful when people share this podcast with their friends. It's something easy everybody can do. And obviously, the more people who listen, the more successful we can become. And we really, really appreciate that. And so keep those selfie challenges rolling in. Share the podcast with somebody and share a picture with us.
Yeah, shout out to John Gombish, Cheyenne Fletcher, and Esther Reyes, who posted some pictures already. But get on that train because it's, I think we said we're going to draw the prize at Geek Bowl.
Yeah.
Or right around Geek Bowl. So we need more of those pictures to get your entry into the raffle.
And then, of course, we would like more Lay It On Me subjects. The well is running dry, and we know there's a lot more content out there. So if you have more suggestions, please send those in, and we would be happy to whip up Lay It On Me and have more guests on the show to answer those.
Yeah.
And then again, going into the new year, we'd like to, obviously, as Jeff said, our almost sole source of income is the Patreon support, which we are super grateful for. Moving into the future, eventually it's kind of inevitable moving towards some small advertising on the podcast. That's how these free shows function basically. And as we grow, that's something we're going to be looking at in the next year. So hopefully with more growth, we can explore those options. So we're sorry if there's an ad or two, but we are actively pursuing things that would be of interest to our listeners, we think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we don't want to, try to sell you guys something that you're totally not interested in. So we'll be selective about that, but that may be coming this year. And finally, a new format that we have been toying with is called Behind the Trivia. Should we say more, or
I don't know. It's pretty secret at this point. We've recorded one and planning some others, but
we'll say this: it may involve some celebrity,
Well,
yeah, that works. Some special guests.
some
Yeah.
special celebrity guests.
people you may have heard of.
Yeah, from all types of trivia. So just imagine a Trivial Pursuit card in all the different categories. We're going to try to get people from each of those categories. Let's say that.
All right. Well, that's all I had to say.
Well, thank you, Ken. We're really excited about all that stuff. So I guess listed here on this Google Doc, as I said, I am only reading what's written in front of me. It says mission statement for 2019, world dominance.
Yeah. It's
Keep
in
kicking
parentheses,
ass.
though.
Yeah.
Taking names.
Chewing bubblegum.
Golden bathtub.
There you go. Golden bathtub.
I'm
Gold-
more on the I'd like to do this as my job, but if Ken wants a golden bathtub, then Ken can
Oh,
have
right.
a golden bathtub.
I'd like to do it as my job.
Yes. Golden rocket cars. Is that what we're talking about?
Golden rocker. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to sum everything up, people who are listening to this now, you're on our main feed. You are all of our listeners that make this show possible, that continue to grow. So just for your knowledge, we do the show for you. We do the show for the listeners.
Every week.
That's why we get up every morning. It's why we put the hard work into the show to make sure that you're entertained, and that's all that matters.
I hate to interrupt, but Matt said something that I sort of still can't believe, which is
Haven't missed
we
a week.
actually make this show every week.
Yeah, we haven't missed 1 week.
We were really close once.
Yeah, no reruns.
Full
A couple times.
Yeah.
We've done no reruns, and we'll probably through 2 years we'll have no reruns.
Yeah.
With a minimum of, on average, of 5 episodes a
No
month.
clip shows.
No
and,
clip shows.
and extra episodes.
Right.
Yeah, not only the so that's what you have to look forward to. You're guaranteed, basically, as long as we can do it, one full episode of full trivia a week, plus all the cool little things that we want to add on to it, which is just bonus. So
Yeah.
for free. I mean, that's what else can you ask for? That's
Patrons
what we try
get
to do.
more.
And patrons get even more. So
Yeah.
I think just super happy about everything. Thank you so
again,
much.
It means so much to us that people donate to us on Patreon, but it also is important that people spread the word and share the show with people, because I swear that's how the show grows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not always apparent as to why our listenership is increasing, but I really think it's just organic word of mouth, and we really, really appreciate that. So really pushing that in this next year.
Yeah, and one more thing I wanted to add. I forgot to say this before, but we had a few conversations with some listeners and some people who've hosted the show, and actually strangers who've written in, and we just want you guys to know, as far as our listener base is concerned, which is a very diverse group of listeners and supporters, that we know we're 4 white dudes who play trivia, but It is our goal as a show, and it has been since day one as we've grown month after month, to be as inclusive as possible as far as our hosts are concerned, our contestants, and the people that support and interact with us online and on the crop, and et cetera. So that's our goal. That's our base point, is to be as inclusive and diverse as possible, and that's what we're trying to do, and we're going to continue to grow at that rate.
Yep.
I'm really proud too of. I know the crop isn't as as large as our listening numbers, but
right.
As far as the engagement's concerned, I'm always really pleased to see how great people interact on those kinds of forums. We've never had a problem with anybody.
I haven't had to moderate anything.
No.
Yeah, thank you for being awesome.
Yeah, it's really I think a testament to the people who listen to the show, the kinds of people who listen to the show, and we know there's a lot more awesome people like that out there, and we want to get them all.
It's like they're the cream of the crop.
Like a bunch of little Pokemans out there.
Yep,
Gotta
like
catch
all the Pokemans.
Catch them all. Well,
Great.
throw on Old Lang Syne, and here's to 2019. Here's to the growth of Triviality and our relationship with you all. And for Jeff, Matt, and Ken, my name is Neal, and that was Triviality, the state of the podcast.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.